So we're here at the Kern River, Rio Kern, the western side of the Eastern Sierras. Wow.
Welcome back to episode 2. Today we're hearing from Jesse about his struggles and how he turned his life around to create a life of legacy for him and his sons.
At 21, I thought I was a man, but I was a boy, kid. There's light at the end of the tunnel. If you hang tight, keep searching, you'll find your path.
Wow. That's the western river of Kern. This side of it, the Sierras. Right? Can you tell me a little bit about this place?
This is the entry to Kernville. Lake Isabella, there's a dam up there. Kern River comes from Mount Winnie area?
The Kern River. So this is just literally right outside of Bakersfield.
Yes, the Killer Kern.
You've been married to your high school sweetheart for 22 years. You have 2 awesome boys that you've raised. What keeps you committed to them? Why do you do this? Why do you wake up every single day and do this?
I would say I got that from my dad. He's not here no more, but he showed and he went through a lot to provide for us. We weren't rich, but I had a roof, clothes on my back. So going through that, marriage, providing, raising the boys, I wanted to do the same thing. And in that, also, leaning into God. My dad was a follower of Christ, a believer, and I'm just glad I got introduced to that as well. But I think showing up every day is just being the change. He was a change for me, so I want to do the same thing.
So your father taught you how to be the change in your faith. Which one comes first?
Faith. Because without him, I don't think I'll be here.
Without God?
Without God, yeah. It's been crazy to look back and say 22 years with Talia, high school sweethearts. I heard it before where we're going to grow and we're going to be 2 different people as we grow together, but what better way to grow and change with your best friend?
So you've obviously taken the hard work and the specific qualities from your dad and what he kind of taught you, maybe just by example. What are some things that you want your boys to take away from you that maybe look different than what your dad taught you?
I want them to know that I was there. And every day could be rough, but at the end of the day, it's just today. Right? So it's hard in today's world, but I hope they understand everything I've done is for them, just like what my dad did for me.
What is legacy to you?
What I come to learn today is being the change. And what I mean by that is leaving this world better than what it was. So my dad came from Mexico. He became a successful person. I'm here, born in the States, where I'm at today because of him. So I got kids, one's in college, so I'm working. I want them to be better than me. So changing the legacy and being a legacy is be the change for the better.
Regarding the topic of struggle, what have those valleys taught you when you're going through it?
I realized that you got to surround yourself with like-minded men. And the biggest one is you need God. I heard it the other day, and it was like, remember who you are without him, with Jesus Christ, and remember who you are with Jesus Christ in your life.
2 completely different people.
2 different people. So when you're in the valley, you're without him. But you seek him, you're like, all right, I could get over it.
How do you overcome the pressure of being a father, being a husband? And how do you push through that? All that responsibility.
Well, it's not easy can't put yourself in a corner, so you got to see other people. Where, you know, fortunate to come across people in my life that's had some struggles.
So with all the struggle that you have gone through in your life, how do you stay resilient?
That has been a lifestyle change. I found God, and having Him in my back has helped me big time. So there's going to be days that are good, some days that are going to be bad. There's days that sometimes like, what am I doing? But at the end of the day, I look up and it'd be like, all right, today's over with. Tomorrow's a new day. And also coming across guys like yourself, Off the Grid, you know, like-minded people with the same struggles. We all have struggles, but seeking and helping each other, I think it's been helping me out. I'm not alone on this. We're not alone. We all have issues. Just got to be bold and talk about it. I think it's the hardest thing. I realized what I was doing wasn't working, right? Doing this, doing the plan, doing the workout, doing the same thing, and kept getting the same results. And then when I realized that, hey, I'm not alone. I thought I was alone, and the same with the struggles that I've gone through, is what changed my mind. Changed the mindset.
What would you do? Like say you had a really rough day. You're going through a really tough season. What was typically the vices or the way that you would learn how to cope?
Alcohol. Smoke a little bit of weed. That would be it. Like right off the get-go, it would just be natural habit. Go pick up a 12-pack. And
what would you say to someone who currently uses that as a coping mechanism?
There's other ways. There's other methods. Find a group. Fine.
What if someone has nobody?
Reach out. You got to be disciplined in doing the hard things. The easy thing is to go get wasted, right? Forget about it. Tomorrow's a new day. But it's still there. So by doing the hard things, what I'm saying is don't do that. Go to the gym. Go run. Get on a podcast. You know, for me, the changes were like doing 75 hard. I never read books. I started, the part of that program is read 10 pages. What I come to realize is actually building your foundation to be strong.
Would you agree we have to make the time?
Yeah, you have to make the time. And what I mean by that is like, if you got time to go grab a beer, go smoke a joint, go to the bar, go do something that you're not supposed to be doing, then there's time to fix yourself. If that means waking up for an extra 10, 15 minutes. Doing the hard things. You know, it's so easy to sleep in or staying up late, doing an extra 10, 15 minutes to do your exercise.
You have a family now. What has changed?
Dude, it's been a blessing. Like I say, it's like blessed beyond measures. And what I mean by that is like 22 years of marriage, 2 young adult boys, doing great, doing better than where I was at that age. So seeing it now and looking back, it's like, man, God has His way to work things, mysterious ways, right? And it's a trip sometimes, but to do the self-reflecting to see where I was at before to today, it's pretty cool. You know, just in my short time, it's been 4 years in this journey, the lifestyle change. I was 39, and I had to do the change because my health was bad. I was obese, you name it, fat, cholesterol, blood pressure, everything. And the doc told me that I was going to be taking pills, and I was like, nah, I got to make the change. And when I came across Off the Grid, one of the first things I had to do, or they asked to do, was to journal. I don't know if you remember that, but I was like, called you, I was like, dude, I never journal. 40 years old. It's like, never journal. How do you do that? So, like, it's never too late. You know, I mean, look at me, I'm 43 years old now, but it's like, it's insane to look back and be like, hey, you can be 50 years old. You can be 21 years old, you know. Just keep chasing it. Keep doing the hard things.
Jesse, give me an analysis. How's it going? It's going wonderful. Woo! Give me a tip, 3, 2, This episode is brought to you by Mahogany Smoked Meats. Ever since I was a kid, my dad and I would always stop Mahogany Smoked Meats before whatever adventure we were headed on, grabbing beef jerky and sandwiches for the road. Now, years later, it's so rad seeing Mahogany become part of the Off The Gryd Trips. They've been family-owned since 1922 out of Bishop, California, still doing things the old-fashioned way. Slow smoked over real mountain mahogany wood, you can genuinely taste the difference. Go support the businesses that still believe in quality, tradition, and bringing good people together. Mahogany Smoked Meats.